Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today here on GamerThumbTV. If you don't know what game this is playing for some reason, it is Injustice 2. It just came out and I've been doing absolutely nothing but playing it. It's awesome, so I recorded some gameplay. Now this isn't necessarily a Let's Play video or anything like that. I just wanted to talk to you guys today because I haven't really done that in a bit, and I like keeping you guys up to date on what's going on in my life and what's coming up next on the channel. I like having that two-way communication with you instead of me just producing content all the time and showing you. And I swear I'm not just trying to be lazy by throwing up some gameplay, but I figured it'd be more entertaining than looking at my face the whole time. And I have a cold again, so I look like shit. And I sound awful, so I apologize. It's been a crazy week. I've been working on a couple of things at once to get up on the channel, and I swear it feels like there's not enough time in a day sometimes. On top of that, I've been spending a ton of time job hunting. Unfortunately, my channel isn't anywhere near big enough to make a career out of just yet. I actually had to quit my job a little while ago because I absolutely hated it. I worked for a company that did tech support for Apple, and let me tell you something. When you do tech support, that's something you can only do for so long until you just can't do it anymore. It's the most soul-sucking work you can do. You sit on your ass 8 to 10 hours a day just listening to people complain and not understand anything you're telling them. So I quit. I quit to put a little more time in the channel and look for a better job at the same time. It's rough out there, you know. You go to college, you get a 4-year degree, and that doesn't guarantee you a job in any way, shape, or form. So that's taking up a good amount of my free time right now. Then trying to balance friends and family, kids, it's insane. But I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. I like staying busy all the time because this is one of my character flaws. I get bored extremely easily when I'm not focusing on a million things at once. Usually when I'm editing these videos for you guys, I have like another YouTube video running in the background and my TV on at the same time. Like, I can't sit there and focus on one thing specifically or I get bored. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Like, I go to the movie theater and I have to have a bucket of popcorn and a drink with me. If I don't have anything with me that I'm munching on or doing at the same time as I'm watching the movie, I'll get bored. It doesn't matter how good the movie is. It's stupid, but that's me. But enough about me. What's coming up next on the channel? If you've been following me on Twitter, you know I've been posting about my Castlevania timeline series every once in a while. Castlevania is my favorite video game franchise of all time, and there's been a ton of games since the franchise started, and they've rarely been released chronologically. If you play them all in order that they came out, the story's all over the place. For example, you have the original Castlevania, then Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, and then Castlevania 3. But Castlevania 3 takes place before the original Castlevania, and that's how the series is, all the way up until the end. I'm working on a series split into 5 different videos, going through all the different eras of the Castlevania storyline, so I'm organizing the timeline in chronological order and making it as detailed and easy to understand as possible, and as entertaining as possible. Some games are just little side stories, some contradict each other, some have even been removed from the timeline completely, and some others were never even meant to be official. It's insane. So that's what I've been working on behind the scenes, and I've been playing all the Castlevania games I'm going to be talking about all the way through, while making sure the footage I'm recording is high quality. There's like 18 or so Castlevania games I'm playing through, and as of now, I'm a little over halfway through them all. Thankfully, most of the longer ones are already done, so realistically, it'll probably be another 2 weeks before that timeline series starts going up. I want to finish all 5 videos completely before I start posting the series. Then I'll post one daily for 5 days until they're all up. It's going to be in a similar style to my Legend of Zelda timeline series, so if you haven't seen that, you can click right here in the top right corner to go to the playlist and check it out. I actually learned my lesson with that video. I release them as I finish them, and what happens when you do that is that life happens. I'd get part 1 up, and I plan to release part 2 the next day, but then something pops up, and I can't work on it that day. Suddenly, 3 days in, I'm still waiting to post part 2. So finishing up all 5 parts first before I start posting them is going to ensure that I can deliver them to you guys in time. I'm having a lot of fun working on this series, but sorting through all the information and games and getting it all together in a coherent, entertaining series is a huge challenge. But if you couldn't care any less about Castlevania, don't worry, I'm still working on other videos too at the same time. I'm actually watching Alien Covenant this weekend, and I did want to review that one, but I may actually skip it, although I'm sure the movie's going to be fantastic. I just have a bunch of other videos on my plate, so I need to keep my priorities semi-organized. The next video going up on the channel is going to be a review of Super Mario Bros. The movie. This has been a pretty major request from viewers on this channel pretty much since I started doing reviews. And it's going to be a great Midnight Movies episode. When I do these reviews, I sit down and watch the movie with a fine-tooth comb. And I look for all the little things that you don't typically notice the first time you watch it. And I like going into some behind-the-scenes information, and Super Mario Bros. The movie had so much craziness happening during filming that it's a goldmine of ridiculousness. So that'll be coming up. I wish I was able to have a specific schedule for this channel every week, but with my life circumstances, things come up all the time. But if you've been following me for a bit, you know I upload pretty regularly, so that's probably going to be up on Sunday or early next week. The video after that is going to be a full review for Battletoads on the NES. This game was the bane of my existence. I tried beating it since I was a kid, and it's just so ridiculously difficult that it's cruel. I think it is literally the hardest game I've ever played. I know people talk about Dark Souls and Demon Souls being crazy hard. Well, that's cute. Go play Battletoads. It makes those games look like child's play. Now that I'm a grown-ass man, I finally beat it from beginning to end, so I'll be taking you through that adventure with me. So I'm pretty excited to get those videos up for you guys. Watching the Mario Brothers movie is about as challenging as playing through Battletoads. And I'm hoping to have the Castlevania videos up after my Battletoads review. If for whatever reason I don't have them finished yet, I'll be putting up a review for one of the Mortal Kombat movies. I still haven't decided between the first one and Mortal Kombat Annihilation though. The second movie had some of the worst editing I've ever seen, so that might be fun to talk about. We'll see. What do you guys think? Would you prefer a Midnight Movies episode for Mortal Kombat or Mortal Kombat Annihilation? I pretty much have an outline for the channel for the next 3 months or so. That's usually how I try to plan everything. But those are the plans I'm ready to reveal at the moment. I hope you guys enjoyed this little update and gameplay. If you did, leave me a like and go buy Injustice 2. It's great. Leave me your thoughts down below, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so and click the bell for notifications. This is Fabian. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.